This is John with Central Classic Cars. I've got Matt Medlin with me today.
Hi, hi.
We're going to go through the nicest Volkswagen Thing that we have ever purchased. This is a spectacular example. This car is going right on Bring a Trailer.
So I know, John, 1973, yellow Thing, incredible shape. I was able to take a look at all the documents that come along with it. Specifically, in the last 3 to 4 years, almost $15,000 has been put into this car.
Yep.
The paint is impeccable. It's gorgeous. Roll bars. I know you're going to show off the car here, but a lot of work, a lot of love, and they were meticulous on this car.
I've seen a lot of paint jobs on a lot of cars, and I truly don't say this lightly. This is the nicest paint job I have ever seen on a Volkswagen Thing. It's just spectacular. Everything was taken apart. I don't see any signs of overspray. I don't see any waves in the paint. This is spectacular.
Yep. Well, why don't we just start walking through?
Yeah,
what do
sure.
we have out front here?
Yeah, let's take a look underneath the front trunk here. We do have the spare tires up here, as well as an old gas heater, which everything is very neat and tidy up here. You've got a new gas tank. The spare is new. The pressure gauge for the washer is hooked up. Very clean in here. We've got a tool kit in here as well. We also have, I'll try to pull this rubber insert out for you, just so you can take a look in there. This has been seam sealed and obviously replaced during the restoration process. Very clean, very well done. New rubber seals around the front trunk compartment. So let's come around to this side of the car and take a look at the door panels. Now that we've got kind of looking at the side profile of the car, you can really see the shine on this paint. New tires on this car. All the fenders were taken off before it was painted. There's no signs of overspray. All the bolts have been taken out before it was painted. The car has new side windows. These slide in and out when you open the door. The top is brand new. There's not much to critique here. I mean,
Right. Yep.
the door handles the chrome on the door handles is great. Again, this is the nicest paint job I have ever seen on one of these cars.
And typically, you know what's kind of funny, because we've sold a lot of things before, they typically have hail damage on the hood.
Yes.
Dings on the doors.
Yes.
This one is glass.
Yes.
They did a lot of work. Yep.
Absolutely. As we kind of move to the back of the car and you look at those rear bumpers, I mean, same condition as the front, great. You got the white wall tires. Everything on here has been replaced.
Yeah.
It's really spectacular. What do you say? Let's take a look at the engine.
Sure. Let's go. So, John, as we talked about, the receipt showed that the engine's been completely rebuilt.
Yep.
It sounds great. It runs great. Let's show everybody what we have here.
It's actually a modified motor. It's a dual carbureted 1600 cc. It's got 2 Solex carburetors on it. New belt. Again, we've got all the documentation for it. The engine seal is in great condition. It's not worn out like I've seen on so many of these cars. Really clean in here.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see signs of rust on the outsides of the engine compartment.
And all the receipts and documents show exactly what's been done.
Yes.
So it's really detailed.
Certainly an awesome car that's ready to be driven. Nothing really needs to be done in it at this point. So.
Yeah. Perfect.
Now that we've gone through the car, we'll fire it up and let you take a listen to the engine. The top on this car As I said before, it's all been redone. We'll put the top down here in a minute, but first I'd like to show you the interior on this car. The floor pans, as you can see from below, are in great shape. They have put a coating on the interior throughout the entire car itself. There are these brand new wood plank covers here that have been stained, and they are spectacular. All match, the paint matches very well. The shifter is in great condition, emergency brake, all those things. One of the interesting things you'll notice on this car is these aftermarket seats, which are definitely not original, but they, from a practical standpoint, it's probably a little bit nicer to have something a little bit more comfortable than those stock seats that you might have had in the original VW Thing. As we move to the rear seat, this is the stock rear seats, and very clean, no tears in the stitching whatsoever in the seat or the backing of the seat. I get many questions about the underside of where the battery compartment is. As we mentioned before, there was a replacement in there, but now it's all clean and tidy in here. You've got new springs in here. And actually, while we're in here, let's take a look at the rear section as well. Let me put this piece back in, and we'll take a quick look back in this section here. Very clean, very tidy, no signs of rust whatsoever. Overall, very, very solid. It does have a aftermarket roll bar that we'll take a better look at once we get the top down. Now that we've got the top down, you can see a couple extra finishes on this car. This roll bar specifically just brings an awesome rugged look to the car. Another cool feature about the car is these door inserts. Each door has its own lock for it, and it's just a nice little storage area that you can use. If you take this thing to the beach, there's some room in there to store a few things and lock it up and take off. The last thing I want to point out one more time is just the stain on these duck boards is just very cool. It ties in very well. You can clean it out, take them out and clean this area out very quickly if you're going to the beach and you got sandy shoes or whatever. It's just a nice little finish. Now that we've got the car up on the lift, let's take a look underneath. I'll talk to you a little bit about it. Before I get underneath the car, actually, I wanted to mention one thing. We have a whole bunch of receipts for this car. There was probably $7,000 worth of receipts just for the engine and rebuild and all the parts that were supplied for the car. We'll take you underneath and show you the exhaust and a few other things here. As you can see, there are covers on the engine compartment, but the push rod tubes are new. The exhaust system is new. It's got drum brakes all the way around on it. This car is going to get fully inspected by our mechanic one more time, but based on the work that we've seen, it very, very nice underneath here. The floor pans on this car are in great shape. The only patchwork that I see is on the battery specifically, and it is metal. It's just a small patch right in here. As we move forward, just to take a quick look towards the front beam, I don't see any issues here. We'll show you the front of the beam here in a second, but again, drum brakes up front as well, newer shocks. Everything in here is neat and tidy, and again, we'll have some documentation to share as well. If you have any questions about this car, please drop them in the comments section. Also, please check out our website, centralclassiccars.com, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, check us out on Facebook.